DJ Bobby here. We are talking about paintball. I don't know if you knew this, but I'm a paintball player. Uh, I've been a paintball player my since I was a kid, since I was like 13 or 14, and I've got some really good paintball stories. I was talking to my brother, and it just made me remember them. We were talking about laser tag and um, paintball. There's one time I played paintball with my brother, and I got all a huge group of people together. Uh, like all the friends I had at the time came, and like a bunch of people from work came. And that's why I'm gonna tell you about that story. Like that paintball story is really cool because it doesn't really happen like that most of the time. Most of the time you get stuck playing with random people, and playing with random people is alright, but you're always subjugated to what better gun they have. So if they have a better gun or better guns, then you're always going to be outclassed. But this and actually most other like standard play is pretty cool, but I think if I was a paintball place, I'd put standard play as you only use tipmans. Like you can only use semi-automatic tipmans with maybe a longer barrel if you have it. That's it. Because the the shooting amount with those double trigger guns, and they just tap them. You just tap. It's like a tap trigger, hair trigger, whatever you want to call it. Uh, those I'm calling them guns. I don't know. I guess they're not guns anymore, but they're markers. But paintball markers. uh, but like it was really evenly matched. Everyone had a semi-automatic gun. Maybe some of them had longer barrels than others, but that just means you can shoot your paintballs farther away without them being as inaccurate. The paintballs themselves are what causes the accuracy. So if you want to get a better accuracy, you're gonna have to get better paintballs, but you can only buy what the place supplies. You can't buy a better ball than they have or they'll give you. So you're always subjugated to whatever balls they have, which I always thought was an annoyance. I never had a high price gun. Tipman was the furthest I ever made it. Uh, Marker, whatever, paintball marker. But uh, all those other guns are just, I don't know, not fair. Especially if the other team doesn't have any, or they only have some. Like, I don't think that's fair. Especially in standard play. Standard plays where everyone's allowed to play. You can just come in on the weekend. A lot of paintball fields have open weekends, and the only time that you can come and play is on the weekend. During the week, they usually do reservations only play, and I don't know. Sometimes whenever they have indoor places, you can play. I don't know, during the weekdays, but it's not very often. But this particular time, Bingfield. Bingfield, it's in Edwardsville, Illinois, I think, or close to it. Uh, Best paintball field I ever been to. Has the most amount of fields, has the coolest variety of fields, and no speedball fields. I hate speedball. I absolutely hate speedball. Speedball's where they have these air inflatable stuff that you can hide behind. I hate those fields. They're always, oh, and the field's very small most of the time. Like those fields are meant for, like, I don't know, tournament play and stuff like that. I'm not really, I was never into that because, again, I never had a high price gun. Alright, getting back to the story. Bingfield, lots of wooded area. Wooded area is great for paintball. It's better, superior, in my opinion, than the blow up stuff because you can't tell who's who as easily, and you can't tell who's hiding behind what as easily. So it's way more realistic, in my opinion. Uh, and they have some great, they have like a tree house that you can go into. They have great spots there, tons of great spots. Um, Highly recommend checking out Bingfield if you ever get a chance. They're great. Uh, and this time, like all fields have like an open area where you sit and you chill, like between matches and stuff, and you can eat and stuff like that if you're playing all day. Which I, a lot of the time I was whenever I was a kid or a teenager, I'd be there all day by myself. You know, my mom dropped me off. Me and my friend David from church, shout out David, he was big into it too. He had a lot of bells and whistles on his stuff. He had a Tipman way before I had a Tipman. Uh, but yeah, there's a lot of like outdoor seating area and stuff like that. Most of the time, the building itself to buy the paint to buy more balls to get more air and stuff like that is just like a mobile home essentially, and they run it out of a mobile home essentially. And I've seen other places, a lot of places do this. They just run their business out of the mobile home, and then like they got all the field area. Um, this place was no different. Lots of field area. So the match. I want to tell you about the match. We played a bunch this day. Everyone came out. We played all day, and we left probably like around 5, 6 o'clock or something like that. People split up to go out to eat, and that was the end of it. But for me, it's never about the after party. A lot of people are like going to parties and stuff like that to do the clicky stuff afterwards, to hang out with their people afterwards and stuff like that. My entertainment was the paintball, was the thing itself. So I got all my entertainment from there, and then I don't remember what we had to eat. Then we left, went home. I think it was Jack in the Box. But anyways, this one match. There's one match that stands out from that day, and that was the match that I won by myself. And it stands out because this day there were a ton of people. And I think it was like girls versus guys since we had enough. And all the guys were on one team, all the girls were on one team. And, we separate, go to our, starting spots on the field. 3, 2, 1, go. And then everybody takes off. It's like a normal match. Well, if you don't know a lot about paintball, everyone usually gets out of paintball like within seconds or within minutes of it first starting. So it's more about getting to your location and staying put in a location until you can find another location that's secure. So there's on each side, well, I don't want to explain the whole field. The whole field has like a bunch of housing, like wooden housing that you can get into, you can climb on top of, stuff like that. Uh, they have like platforms that you can shoot off of and stuff like that. But one side you start off, and the other side start off. It's the same. Like they have pathways on each side to get to the opponent from the sides, and then you can go from the middle of the field. Well, everyone went off, like just rushed. Usually goes down the middle. Maybe some of them are going down the sides, but they're getting picked off on the sides. You know what I mean? They're just running down the side and then someone's shooting them or whatever. So what I did was I went down the left side. Me and my friend were supposed to be coordinating this, but me and my friend were like, okay, let's go down the left side. Went down the left side after a few seconds of starting to make sure that, everybody that got out pretty quickly was going to get out pretty quickly. So I found a spot that I could see everything. It was like, I don't know, it was like a shower of sticks that, I don't know how else to describe it. It was just like the thinnest sticks, and it was like a whole field of them. Like, I don't know, the thinnest trees. I don't know what to call them. I don't know if they were trees. I don't know what they were. It was like a bush, like, I don't know, it was like a miniature meadow of these, like, huge, raised, like, very tall stuff that was sticking out. And, like, you couldn't, like, I was looking at it, and I was like, yeah, there's no way, if someone shot into this, the balls would be deflected, so, like, I'm good where I'm at, you know what I mean? So I was just chilling there watching stuff for a while. Me and my friend were. My friend dips, he goes, does whatever he does, and I'm still sitting there. I'm waiting on this pathway. So the left pathway goes all the way across to the back of their base too. So I'm waiting for everyone to get done crossing this pathway, right? I'm trying to make sure everyone's done trying to cross. And like I wait there long enough and I see this dude and he jumps up like he was in a spot, in a position, like doing the same thing I was. And then he runs up into another position and he goes up this tower and he's now looking off this tower trying to shoot people off this tower. And I'm like, okay, perfect. So I sneak under the tower and I'm trying to like shoot him or whatever. I was trying not to safety kill him. Safety kills like whenever you get like within 15 feet away, you're not supposed to shoot anybody. You're supposed to say safety kill or bang bang or whatever. Because that could hurt, really, really hurt someone. So, I was trying to find a way around doing that. And I eventually had to. So I snuck around the thing. I couldn't figure out how to do that. And I went up the back and I went, safety kill, safety kill. And so after that, like, I checked to see if the area was clear for another couple seconds. And then, like, I run up the path that I was intending to run up. And then I kind of set up camp where he sort of was, at the spot that he was at. And I was trying to see, like, what he was seeing from his spot. And I could see another guy from another platform. And I was like, okay. And then I run up that one, and I go safety kill, and that guy's out. Then after that, I'm up at the platform, and I'm still looking for people, you know what I mean? And I see two more people. Maybe this wasn't girls versus guys, cause maybe this was, I don't know. I remember the last two were girls that got out, but that guy was a guy, the other guy was a guy, so maybe I'm misremembering this one. But alright, so I'm staring down these two girls in a house, and I'm trying to see, alright, I'm pretty far away. My paintballs aren't that accurate. Like, paintballs aren't super accurate, especially the further away you are. So I'm like, I don't want to risk my position. I'm not trying to shoot them. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else on the field that I can coordinate an attack with. And I see this other guy on the field. His name's Derek, and he's like hiding in this house, like, like looking out, like, and like turning around, like hiding, and all those people are doing the same stuff, just hiding in this house, looking out the windows and stuff, and breathing really hard and stuff. And I'm like, all right, well, I tried to get this dude's attention, like by yelling a few times, and after that, I was like, whatever. And then I just, okay, so this last part, it made me feel bad because they're both girls, but, all right, whenever you shoot paintballs, if you don't shoot them really fast, like if you shoot one, two, three, like that, all right, and someone gets hit by the first one and they raise their hands, it's gonna take literally another second and another second for those two balls to hit them that are already in the air. So most of the time, if someone gets hit like that, they get kind of mad because they think that you like shot them more. You know what I mean? Like you went bang, 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 or you went bang, and then they said that they were out, and they think that you shot them a couple more times. Not the case. There's just a delay, a real air delay. So, yeah, this lady, I shot her like 2-3 times slowly, and the first one hits, and then the second two hits. She's like, "I'm out," and then I feel super bad. And then I do the same thing to my ex-girlfriend, and it hit her in her hand, and she was all right, but I felt really bad about that. I was trying to figure out a way to like run up on them, 2-on-2 with like both of us, but that guy wasn't really trying to hear me. Couldn't hear across the field, stuff like that. I get it. I get whenever you're in the heat of the moment, like a lot of the stuff, like your mind goes blank. Like you can't see anything other than like what's going on around you, especially in these paintball masks. These paintball masks get like super foggy, super quick and stuff like that. I don't know if you can see this, but that stuff. It's real, but like they have anti-fog stuff, but it never works. Like it never actually works. That's my paintball story for the day. I have more. I think I'm gonna tell you another one where I beat some army person or something like that and his girlfriend one time. Me and my friend 2-on-2. That was pretty cool too. Until next time.